Definitely a tough field. Pairing got a little bit tricky yesterday. Thank you for your patience. We're going to get you started on 10 minutes of practice. Skip procedure is what it is. I think it's skipping one, bowling on the next, left moving left, right moving right.
roll it for me, y'all ready?
Classic yard, one of them. Corner cutting of Springfield, one of them. Automotive transport, one of them. Inside bowling, getting out there getting to do. I think our staff here. Once your name and arrows appear, you may begin bowling. Good luck this morning and have a good time.
And good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday here at the Greater Ozarks Doubles Shootout. Cashers round, 5 games of qualifying here for you. Continuing along with the 7 games from yesterday, 12 total games before we cut to the top 16 for the bracket, which will be Baker play. Best 2 out of 3 matches. You've been watching the entire tournament only on Inside Bowling here on YouTube, and we're glad to have you with us. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, we certainly would appreciate you to do so. Also, you can click that notification bell, let you know every time we go live. I need to keep an eye on this flicker that's occurring. We've got a lot of new equipment here this week. I didn't have a single problem yesterday. And every once in a while this thing has gone out on me. So I may have to do some troubleshooting here this morning. Hopefully not. My name is Mike Flanagan. I've been streaming here on Inside Bowling for 15 years. Close to 100,000 subscribers on this channel. To those of you that are subscribed and chatting with us, I welcome you in this morning. It's great to have you with us. Had a great day yesterday. A, B, and C squad. All those squads are archived on our YouTube channel. You can go back and watch them at your leisure to see how the players qualified to get here. Here's our oil pattern. It's fresh condition here today. It's 30 milliliters of oil. 43 feet in length with a 39-foot reverse brush drop. It's pretty flat in the middle of the lane, and there's quite a bit of ratio towards the outside part of the lane at almost 8-to-1. Had 80 total entries, including re-entries. Cut to the top 20. We'll be cutting to 16 from here. Everybody does cash. There's a $500 entry fee. 20th position plus 309. Bottom right of your screen is Josh Imhoff and CJ Petrin. 19th, the defending champs at plus 319, Michael Holloman and Dimitri Cruz. 18th, bottom right of your screen, Dylan Burns and Trevor Baumgartner. They're at plus 328. And 17th is Keegan Alexander and Nick Crummell, bottom right of your screen as well. They are plus 333. Currently right now in 16th is plus 336. So the Imhoff team is minus 27. They're 27 back of the 16th. Holloman and Cruz are 17 back. Burns, Baumgartner are 8 back. Alexander and Crummell are 3 back of the number. It's pretty bunched up into positions just above that. Over on the top end side, Chris Prather and Brandon Biondo lead at plus 494, followed by Farrell Williams and Zach Wilkins at plus 492. Wilkins yesterday bowled 1807, was high in the building for his 7 games of qualifying. It was a 258 average. Josh Kennedy and Brandon Cryer sit third at plus 461. Bryce Oliver and Trey Hendrickmeyer plus 428 in fourth. At plus 427, just 1 pin back in fifth is Boog Kroll and Cameron Crowe. And sixth right now is Tim Barrett and Shea Bittenbender at plus 424. We're watching the next grouping, which is Spencer Robarge and Brad Miller at plus 408. Garrett Jolly and Drew Sachs at plus 386. And then we move over to who we have, which is Kevin Williams and Ryan Barnes at plus 380. Austin Grammer and Tyler Gromlovitz at plus 379. You also see we've got Zeke Bate and Mike Mossbarger at plus 375 and 11th. Jared Thompson and AJ Rice at plus 363 and 12th. So 5 games should go pretty quick, about 2.5 hours at the most. Should be completed about 11:15 this morning, and then we should be back at noon with our bracket matches. The top 4 teams are going to get 2 byes. 5th through 8th will get 1 bye. 9 through 16 will take the lanes at noon. We will eliminate 4. Come back a little after 1 with the 5th through 8th with the 4 winners. About 2:30 we'll be back with 1 through 4 with the 4 winners. Then we'll be down to 4. And then we'll be down to 2. And again, it's Baker. And it's best of 3 matches. We're here at Enterprise Park Lanes here in Springfield, Missouri, home of the Greater Ozark Bowling Tournament. Nice pickup there from Zeke Easy. A little 2-4-10 conversion. Very nice. Greater Ozark Tournament takes place in February and runs all the way through June. Over 1,400 teams last year, looking to grow it even more. Back in the heyday, they had around 2,000 teams. Of course, things have changed. You got to oil the lanes more and things like that, but they can take more teams. They'd love to have you come out here to Springfield. I got to tell you, Springfield is booming. You got Bass Pro down here. You got some great restaurants. Some great sports card shops as well, for those that like that. I mean, there's something for everybody here. I mentioned sports cards because it's so niche, but they've got a couple great shops here. Also, if you're in the area, you're looking to transport an automobile or even anywhere in the country, give Smith Auto Transport a call. They're our title sponsor of the Greater Ozarks Double Shootout here in 2025. Our other sponsors, Coring and Cutting of Springfield. If you're looking for any concrete removal or any concrete needs whatsoever, check them out. By the way, I like how Ryan Barnes and Zeke Bate only gave 1 lane courtesy and both flushed 10 in the pit. I love that. I love it because, you know, sometimes you're like, 2 lane courtesy, everybody's waiting on everybody, stepping off. Those 2 guys are just pros. I love it. There's another flicker. I got to figure that out. Want to thank Columbia 300 and Track Bowling for being our bowling sponsors. This weekend on Inside Bowling, if you'd like, all the way through Wednesday at 3 o'clock, you can get Track t-shirts for $15. Or you can get 15% off your entire purchase with coupon code YouTube over at Inside Bowling, and that's on all of our apparel. So Track in Columbia 300, if you're looking for a new ball, bag, or shoes, you can pick it up at InsideBowling.com or your local pro shop, and you can find out more about their great products at TrackBowling.com and Columbia300.com. Also want to give a shout out to our friends over at Classic Yard. It's a great place to go have some fun, play some games, eat some food, and have some drinks. Our scoring today is provided by Lane Talk. If you'd like to see, I think Ryan just picked the 710. Let's see if I can get that. I think Ryan Powers just got the 710. Yeah. Zoom in here a little bit. All right, here we go. Ryan Powers over on lane 33. Just converted to 710. I'm zooming in. So it's going to look a little weird, but right there. As I was saying, Lane Talk is our provider of our scoring. And if you go to lanetalkstats.com, you can click on live scoring and type in Enterprise Park Lanes. And you can see all the live scoring, see how everybody is doing. Prather and Biondo. Prather's gone spare, triple, open. Biondo, spare, strike, spare, spare. Can Zach Wilkins continue to average 258? Tim Barron has the front 5. Shea Benton-Bender has missed once through 5 frames. They can bowl 579 down on 23 and 24. They're bowling with Bud Kroll and Cam Crow. Garrett Jolly and Drew Sachs have a team 8-bagger to start the game. Jason Britton has a 5-bagger to start the game. Kevin Williams, double, open, triple, Ryan Barnes, strike, open, triple. Zeke Bate, double, 7 spare, and it was at 2-4-10 that he converted. Strike, 9 spare. Mike Mossbarger, spare, triple, spare. Jared Thompson, triple, spare, strike. And A.J. Rice, open, double, spare, spare to start. Move over here, take a look and see how Keegan Alexander, Nick Krummel, Dylan Burns, Trevor Baumgartner, Michael Holloman, Dimitri Cruz, Josh Heimhoff, and C.J. Petrin are doing. Krummel and Alexander have a pretty nice game going here. Dylan Burns really struggling this morning. Holloman and Dimitri Cruz going at 2-0 paces currently. Heimhoff and Petrin off to a pretty good start. They had rooms for more teams this year. If you've ever considered bowling this event, we would love for you to come down and be part of it. I did make some changes to my camera angles today, which means I should probably crop our picture-in-pictures a little bit better here today. That might be a little too much. There we go. I'll say hello to everybody that's watching here this morning, interacting in our chat room. I did change it for this event that you have to be a subscriber to chat. So if you'd like to chat and you can't figure out how to do it, just hit subscribe to the channel. It's free, and then you can chat. So I want to say hello to Jonathan and Gus, Keenan, Kristen, Jorrit, Drake, Sarah Jolly, Matt Tubbs. Question coming in regarding the NFL. I try to focus a little bit more on the bowling today, but I'll answer your question real quick just because it's a passion of mine. Question comes in, asked you yesterday your thoughts on AFC and NFC picks for the 2025 season. First of all, I think it's great that you love to know my analysis and what I think. Couple things. One thing is the AFC West might be the greatest coach division in the history of football. You've got Sean Payton in Denver. You've got Pete Carroll in Vegas. You've got Harbaugh in LA with the Chargers. And then you've got, save the best for last, Andy Reid in Kansas City. That's going to be a tough division. But I'll tell you, that injury in San Diego is going to affect Justin Herbert's production. So San Diego, I was pretty bullish on coming into the season, but now I'm not as much because of that devastating injury. That's gonna hurt them. I've never really been a Denver Broncos fan. I don't know why. Just never been a Denver guy. But this particular season, their defense is going to be really, really good. It's going to rival the Eagles. And their offseason moves have been pretty good. And I think Bo Nix is above average. So an above average quarterback with a couple of weapons and a couple of great rookie draft picks for the offensive side of things as well. I think Denver is a team taking their team total over is a good idea. You might even put a taste out there on them to make it to the Super Bowl. The AFC is absolutely loaded. I completely understand. I think in Houston that their defense is going to be really, really good again, maybe even better. But they haven't done anything to protect C.J. Stroud in the offseason. And he had a bad year last year, and I'm just really worried about their offensive line. You could be the greatest quarterback in the world, but if you don't have time to throw, it's a problem. So I'm a little worried about Houston this year, even though I'm really bullish on their offensive talents. They just have no line. So I think Houston could be in for – wait, Houston, we have a problem, and it's the offensive line. So I think that the Cincinnati Bengals offense is ridiculous, and I think their defense is terrible. And their good defensive players are holding out. Their number one draft pick isn't in camp, and their main guy, Hendrickson, hasn't signed. He's holding out. They've got problems there. So I think from a total standpoint, you really need to watch Cincinnati for some totals going over. And if you're playing in any fantasy football leagues, I think Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, maybe even the tight end Gesicki. I think it's Gesicki who's there. I can't remember who's there. But anyway, I think those are some sneaky plays. I would reach for Bengals this year in fantasy drafts. If you've got a pick and like T. Higgins is like 5 behind you, you might just want to go grab him. I think Washington is kind of the darling of the NFL right now. I think this Terry McLaurin thing is serious, though. If he doesn't re-sign, he and Jaden Daniels are buddies. They really have a lot of chemistry. If he's not there, that will hurt their team. They won a lot of like one-possession games and comeback games. So I'm a little skeptical of Washington, even though I really like them and they're fun to watch. And I've even got a Washington football team desk pad at my office, so I'm going to tune in and watch them. But from just an analytical standpoint, I if they don't get this McLaurin thing done, I think they could be in a little bit of trouble. I still think they're a playoff team, but I don't know if they'll take a step up. And then I think a lot of people are sleeping on Detroit because Detroit last year, they were the class of the entire league, and then they just kept having defensive injury after defensive injury. Then, of course, they lost that shootout against Washington, which was a ridiculous game if you want to go back and watch the replay. But if their defense is back and Dan Campbell's got the D working really good and they don't deal with as many injuries as last year or any injuries, you combine that with that offense, and Detroit, in my opinion, is the favorite to win the entire thing. I know the AFC is loaded. I know Philly's back. Philly's done a tremendous job locking up guys at discounted rates, and Philly's always going to be there. But, I think Detroit's right there. I think Philadelphia-Detroit in the NFC Championship game is definitely in play. I think Detroit's in a weaker division than Philly, and that could be argued. I just think they have a chance to have a better record. I think their game could be at home. I think that could make the difference. So, just off the top of my head, that's that. I don't really like to guess too much anymore these days. Like, the Browns total is going to be really low. I think they're going to be better than people think, but I don't think they're going to be good. I'm anxious to see what Bryce Young does with that McMillan receiver that they drafted. Those guys could be electric. I mean, they could be really good together. Bryce Young really looked good at the end of the season. So there's a few NFL thoughts for you. I'll check the chat in a second, see what you guys are saying as well. Keegan Alexander, though, is about to bowl 217 if he strikes out. Nick Crummell can bowl 237. Dylan Burns coming back in this game here. He does have the one double up there since we last spoke about him. Can get to 205. Trevor Baumgartner can bowl 231. Michael Holloman can get to 233. Dimitri Cruz struggling here, can bowl 178. Josh Heimhoff can bowl 268, and it's 235 for CJ Petrin. Keegan gets the light mixer. We've been watching these guys. Let's go check in on the scores over on what we could call as our featured pairs here. We got Kevin Williams bowled 244. Ryan Barnes can finish out with 215. Looks like Ryan was in the, I think that's the IQ 78. Unless there's some other red ball I'm not aware of. Austin Grammer bowls 223 with an open in 10th. Tyler Gromlovitz can bowl 224. Zeke Bate, a couple of opens here at the end of the game, a couple of splits has led him to bowl sub 200. Mike Mossbarger, a couple of opens as well. These guys, the wheels have really fallen off at the end of game number 1. Best he can bowl is 205. They're going to go backwards in the plus-minus category. Jared Thompson can bowl 228. A.J. Rice, 246. Scott V, thanks for the super chat, my friend. Now do college football. Let me finish up on the NFL. My college knowledge is not nearly as deep as the NFL. Happy birthday to Garrett Jolly today. Excellent. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. The Steelers are going to be a fun team to watch. What's Aaron Rodgers going to do, right? They got Pickens out of there, and they got DK Metcalf in there. I think their running back situation's better. Of course, they locked up TJ Watt. I'm liking the Steelers. Steelers are just, they're kind of like the St. Louis Cardinals. They're just kind of always there, although the Cardinals aren't this year. Let's not talk about that. All right, Pizza Face. Not much love for Sean Payton. I feel you. He's 9-9 in the postseason. He does have a Super Bowl, though. Yeah, 70-yard field goal last night in the Jags game. I heard about that. Hello, Melbourne, Australia, checking in. If J.J. McCarthy is above average, the Vikings will be strong. Sean Payton is a cheater. That's true. Who's overrated? There's no doubt that he did put out some questionable things with his defense. Let's see. The NFL suspended him for nothing. Okay, Lions will have a downfall, huh? Okay. Maybe the Bills' year. It's always the Bills' year, isn't it? Josh Allen's like arguably the best quarterback in the league. Like, he's unbelievable what he does. Josh Allen, by the time his career is over, is going to rush for about 8,000 or 9,000 yards. It used to be 10,000 for a running back. Meant you were in the Hall of Fame. And Lamar Jackson's going to have over 10,000 yards in his entire career. I didn't even talk about the Ravens, and the Ravens are disgusting every year. Let's see. Anyone but Dallas? What time is it here? It is 9:11 in the morning. Oh, it's a Ruby he's throwing? Okay. Ryan Barnes throwing a Ruby. Yeah, as far as college football, it is so hard to try to keep up with that, Scott. I'd love to be able to answer your question. There's just so many with the transfer portal and stuff now. It is so hard to try to keep track of all those teams. I struggle with it. I really do. I really struggle with trying to keep up with that. I mean, I know that this Texas Ohio State game to kick off the season is like unheard of. We're going to try something here, everybody, going into this next game. I'm trying to pinpoint this this issue with this flickering, and it might be pinpointed down here to just one camera. So I'm going to check those connections. Check the connection. If you guys are big Urge fans, you know that's from the Urge. We're going into game 2. So I'm going to go see what I can do. There's some people down there at that table that could be affecting it. So let me see what's up. Yeah, so we're going into 2. I'm going to hide this PIP here because I'm going to be down there messing with it. So let me just do that real quick. I'll have game 2 for you here in a minute. A little technical run for me. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I'm back. And to those of you that love technical inside information, I'm going to tell you what I did. I went down there and I unplugged every cable and plugged them all back in again. So let's keep an eye on the bottom right of our screen and see if we receive any sort of flickering. One thing with my old setup is I had everything connected through SDI and SDI only. And now I've got some HDMI incorporated into this. And I think HDMI and Bluetooth are 2 of the worst technologies ever invented. HDMI connections just don't ever, I mean, every once in a while they can just go haywire. And then Bluetooth, come on. How many times do you like get in your car, the Bluetooth doesn't connect? It's just, oh my gosh. Woo! All right, I'm gonna stop frying out here, and we're gonna get back to the action, where we have our tournament leaders, the TLs. Chris Prather, Brandon Biondo. We got Jason Britton and Matt Harper. We got Josh Kennedy, Brandon Cryer, Ryan Powers, and Cameron Brundage. These guys on the right side of the screen, I'll tell you, Kennedy and Cryer, man, they bowled awesome yesterday. Not to say that nobody else bowled good, but, man, they really impressed me. I don't know them very well, but Josh and Brandon bowled great, and I still got flicker going on down there. Well, I'm going to try one more thing with that. Give me just a second on that. Biondo already playing way in. Playing a little fallback there. All right. Tried another thing. Powers and Brundage. Doubles apiece. Funny story. Hotel I'm staying at. They were right across the hall from me. They had a late night pizza come to the room last night. And no, I wasn't sitting by the door. I happened to be getting into my room right when they were coming home as well. Looks like we're still waiting on players to come over on 29 and 30. We got Shay and Tim down there. We'll take a look here. Prather with a strike. Colin Walsh and Ryan Lepke as well. That's a break for Shay. As soon as we get more players down there, I'll bring it back over here. Oh, we got some Tim and Shay fans here, but they're just underway here. Chris Prather is bowling right now, yes. Thoughts on the Bears? Low expectations. There was a lot of hype last year. I think Adunze should be better. Luther Burden from Mizzou went there. Caleb Williams should be improved. I think DJ Moore is a great receiver as well. Then they got the 2 tight ends. I don't know. I mean, you guys think today's stream is grainy? It's the first time I heard that with these cameras. What's up, Gus? What's the plays today? What's the home run bombs today? What are we looking at? What's up, Dwight, Jeff, everybody in here? I love how Kennedy stays down and through every single shot. He's bowling great. It is amazing how this 43 feet in length pattern is really catered to right-handers getting left this quick. It's been like this the whole tournament. Hey, Van. No, it's not a house shot. It's pretty flat in the middle. It's 8-1 on the outside. Took plus 310 to make the cut as a team. Or 309. 309 was the number. And I just looked at my inbox, and I just got the scores. Let's see what I got here. Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Got to reconfigure here today. Let's go over here to the Thunderbird. Okay. All right, peeps, I got scores. That was a beauty. Jason Britton. Here's our scores after game number 1. Tim Barrett and Shea Bittenbender both 5-11 and go to the lead. Or wait a minute. That's not right. All right. These are just the scores from today. Tim and Shea had the high game 1. Imhoff and Petrin had 501. Kroll and Crow had 493. Kennedy and Cryer had 484. Farrow and Zach had 465. Jared Thompson, AJ Rice had 453. Grammer and Gromlovitz had 447, along with Jolly and Sachs, and you see the rest of the way down. Okay. All right, so those scores are just for this round. However, I do have updated standings here in my hand that were done on a spreadsheet. Farrell Williams and Zach Wilkins lead at plus 557. Kennedy and Cryer at 545. Barrett Bittenbender at 535 in third. Prather and Biondo now fourth at 521. Kroll and Crow are now up to fifth at 520. Oliver and Henrichmeyer are sixth at 457. Jolly and Sachs seventh at 433, and eighth is Kevin Williams and Ryan Barnes at 427. Grammer and Gromlovitz are at 426 and ninth. Thompson and Rice are 10th at 416. 11th is Imhoff and Petrin at 410. 12th is Robarge and Miller at plus 397. 13th is Walsh and Lepke at 391. Justice and Henninger are 14th at 367. 15th is Bate and Mossbarger at 358. And then Britton and Harper are now 16th at 351. 1 pin back is Powers and Brundage. Alexander and Crummell are just 2 pins back in 18th. A little bit of separation here now. 23 pins back is Burns and Baumgartner. And Cruz and Holloman are now finding themselves 34 pins back of the top 16, which we'll be cutting to after this round. Of course, we'll move into our Baker bracket. Baker games, best 2 out of 3. We'll start a little afternoon. Prather and Biondo not having a lot of fun here on 35 and 36. Britton and Harper not bowling too bad right here. Josh Kennedy off to a great start. Cryer off to a Dutch pace. Ryan Powers can bowl 279, and his partner Cameron Brundage can also bowl 279. Hang out here with Britton for a shot, and then we're going to bounce out of here. We're going to invert our stream and take a look and see how our other players are doing, as he just absolutely stones the 7. Colin Walsh and Ryan Lepke off to a slow start. Barrett 4-bagger with a split and an open. Shea has gone strike, spare, double, looking for 3 in a row on 27. You got Rick Justice, strike, 9 spare, 9 spare. Mark Henninger, strike, 9 spare. Garrett Jolly, double, 7 spare on his birthday. And Drew Sachs has got a double. You ever get those nice text messages from people? They're just worded so nicely. I get this text message this morning from Tom Hess. I hope you have a great call today and the tournament goes well. Please give me a call later tonight on your drive home. Talk to you later, bud. What a nice text message. What a nice little text. That's the kind of guy Tom Hess is. He doesn't just say, hey, when you get a minute, can you give me a call? No, he's like, Flanagan's streaming all day. I know what kind of work that is. I hope you have a great day, bud. When you get a chance a little later, I know you're busy, give me a call on the way home. I'm looking forward to that call, Tom. You know, there were some pretty good teams that didn't make this cut here. I can't believe Kristen LaCory and Kai Evans didn't make the cut. I'm giving a little bit of a hard time to those guys. Sherman and Stubblefield didn't make it either. Ryan just really struggled. 2 entries yesterday, and they didn't make it. Yeah, hey Thelma, that I had a little flickering earlier. Looks like I had a bad connection. I didn't change anything from yesterday, but you come in today and just like the bowlers, you know, the bowlers will bowl great yesterday, then they come in today and they might, you know, something could be off and they just don't bowl as well, or the pattern plays a little bit different. Same thing goes with the live streaming equipment. It can work perfectly fine all day. You come in the next day, fire it up, boom. All of a sudden you got a flicker on the camera and you didn't disconnect anything, you didn't touch anything. It's just, oh boy, a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll talk about the National Card Show here in just a second. We'll watch Rick Justice here, one of our faves, and Tim Barrett throw a couple of shots here, and Garrett Jolly for his birthday. Again, today's his birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. We'll let these 3 guys throw a shot, and yeah, we'll go back to the other stream. Take a look at the guys that were leading coming in. We put the cloud on Tim, put the cloud on Rick, can't even hit the head pin, and now if Garrett misses the head pin or doesn't strike, then we'll know we are the problem and we need to get out of here. Okay, leaves a 7 pin, so 0 for 3. We're moving out of here. Getting out of there. All right, back over here. Prather, Briondo, Britton, Harper, Kennedy, Cryer, Powers, and Brundage. Let's see, I got an email too here from Jessica. Does a great job here. This is in Microsoft Excel. All right, I might be able to work with this. Let me see what I can do here. Let me change this around a little. Do a little window configuration here. Let's see if I can find me a little Microsoft Excel. There we go, Microsoft Excel. That'll work. And then let's do a little croppage. I'll get you guys some scores here. We'll left it up here. There we go. And we're going to top it right here. Yeah, so if you guys want to see the standings, I got you, babe. How about that? I guess I could crop the top a little bit better. Current standings right there. There you go. Let's see. Is the Bald Eagle bowling well? You can check that on Lane Talk. You can go to live scoring on Lane Talk, put in Enterprise Park Lanes, and then you're good to go. But if you're curious about the bald eagle, Brad Miller, he's gone 4-bagger, 9-spare. His partner, Spencer Robar's got 9-spare, 8-open, 4-bagger. Okay, back to the chat room. What was your favorite thing about the National Card Show? Best pickup all there. My favorite thing about the National Card Show is that I was able to go and network for my printing business, my T-shirt business. A lot of people were handing out free T-shirts, and I made some connections and hoping to, print a lot of those free shirts for those people. Meeting Gary Vaynerchuk was awesome. He's very bullish on bowling. I don't know what that's going to lead to, but Gary does like bowling a lot, and he told me to email him, gave me his personal email address. I sent him an email this week. We'll see when and if he ever gets back to me, but that was really cool. I gave him a gift. I gave him a 1966 Batman card, PSA 4. His content has been invaluable to me over the years with running businesses, and I enjoyed doing that. I also want him to remember me, so gave him a 1966 Batman rookie that I picked up at the show. Favorite pickup at the National Show would probably be, I was walking around and Sam Laporta had an awesome year 2 years ago, tied in for the Lions. And last year he kind of had a little bit of a down year, but I think he's an exceptional talent. And he's also was born and raised just on the other side of the river outside of St. Louis, over on the Illinois side. So he sells really well in St. Louis. So National Treasures is one of the best products there are out there. And there was a guy that had a National Treasures Sam Laporta Nike logo patch numbered 2 on card auto. And it had $1,250 on the card. And his stuff is way, way down. So I found a National Treasures comp on eBay, numbered to 5 for $280. So I just walked up, and he was super cool. He's from Louisville Sports Cards. Check those guys out. They're awesome to work with. And I was just like, what do you want to do on this Laporta? And he's like, that's an interesting card. He's like, I'm going to be upside down no matter what happens with that card. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what do you think it's worth? And I took it through. I said, probably about $400. And he goes, I don't really disagree with you. And it was Wednesday. It was the first day of the show. And I said, I'll give you $400 for it right now. And he goes, it's early. And I said, well, I'm leaving Friday at noon. So how about I come back Friday at noon, and if it's still here, I pick this thing up for around that price. And he goes, all right, yeah, come back. I'm like, okay, cool. So at the end of Thursday, I went over there, and I said, any bites on the Laporta? He said, no, not at all. And I said, hey, I happen to have a box of Topps Chrome Jumbo box that I was able to get through Topps website for $440 with tax. I said, how about a trade straight up the Topps Chrome Jumbo box for the Laporta? And he goes, if it's still here tomorrow when you're getting ready to leave, we'll work it out. So I went walking over there. He saw me. He just happened to be looking up. Nice strike there for Ryan Powers with the messenger. And he saw me, and he pulled the card out immediately. He says, you got the box? I said, yep. I gave him the box. He gave me the card, and I walked out. So I felt like I got a $1,250 card for $440, although it's not worth $1,250 right now. I'm rooting for Sam Laporta to have a good year. Let's put it that way. That was probably my favorite pickup because it kind of took the whole show. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to happen. He really didn't want to sell me the card for that amount of money. I was able to build in a little more value through the box of cards that he can sell retail to one of his customers, and everything worked out well. So that was a cool transaction. I was able to pick up a few Stranger Things cards. Stranger Things Season 5 is going to be coming out this fall on Thanksgiving and on Christmas, and then on New Year's. And then the show's going to wrap up and be done. So I think Stranger Things stuff is going to go up here around the holidays. And I think people are going to be seeking out Stranger Things collectibles. So I'm probably going to flip most of those right around there. So I was able to get a couple of those cards. The other really cool thing about going to the National is I got to hang out with Mike Albee for 2.5 days. We had lunch and dinner together every time. And Mike Alby's just a great guy to hang out with. He and I have become friends. He helped me find cards. I helped him find cards. And we just had a blast going around together at the National. So that National Card Show, it was a good time. It was a good time. I plan on going back next year, hopefully. If any of you bowlers out there would like to go to the National Card Show as well and meet up, maybe have like a little bowlers meetup or something like that, let me know. I also had an opportunity to hang out with Jeff Fairs, who is the son of USBC Hall of Famer Steve Fair. And I got to hang out with Jeff and some of his buddies and Jeff's son, RJ, as well. And we got to hang out with those guys. So it was very cool, very cool. A lot of people there, though. It didn't really bother me too much. I was able to get around, but it can be taxing with traffic, Chicago traffic, getting in and out of town, too. Britton misses the 7-pin. Mental error there. That's a problem. Trying to make a run here. But Kennedy bowls 233. Got Ryan Powers up there with 257, 245 left here for Cameron Brundage. That's going to be good for those guys. Right now, they are outside the number. They're the first team out. They're going to jump into the number. Pray they're going to be in the 230s. Brandon Biondo, just 155 max score. Very uncharacteristic for Brandon. They didn't get off to a very good start today either. Brandon Biondo and Chris Prather bowled 427 and went from the lead all the way down to 4th. Lanes can play a little different from day to day. Also, you know, how do you wake up? How's your body feel? What's your ball reaction like? While they're finishing up, I am going to, well, we'll watch Prather throw his fill shot here. This will probably be some sort of test. Should be something slightly different. Another strike. Take a look at how everybody else is doing here. Tim starts with the front four and looking to finish with the last three for 2-0. Shea bowling a big game here, can bowl 258. Remember, these guys made a big move in game number one. They bowled 511. They bowled a high game in the building. Imhoff and Petrin also had a 500 game. They had 501 in game one. So Bittenbender and Barrett, no stranger to bowling well in this event. I believe it was second they finished a few years ago. Colin Walsh, 188. Ryan Lepke can get to 236. Garrett now can bowl 224. His partner Drew Sachs can bowl 238. Or is that 236? 236. Rick Justice can bowl 225 and 215 for Mark Henninger. I want to welcome in all 516 viewers here today to our broadcast. Most viewers we've had the entire event. Thank you for being here. If you'd like to chat, you have to subscribe to the channel, something I changed for this event. It's free to subscribe. Yeah, Gus, I'm ready for today's winners. Lepke and Walsh the first game. They had 446. I'm going to do this for you guys, just for anybody that wants to know standings and information. I'm just going to pop that up there for a minute. You guys can screenshot it. You guys can pause it. Whatever you'd like to do, but those are our standings currently as of right now. Remember, we're cutting to the top 16. 1 through 4 are going to get 2 rounds of byes. 5 through 8 will get 1 bye. 9 through 16 will be up in best 2 out of 3 matches coming up this afternoon, starting around noontime. Tell you what, this game here by Shea, he's really got it going on here, you know, and that's the thing with Shea and Tim. These guys, this is what makes them really good. Is you know, Tim bowls 2-0 and really worked hard for his 2-0. Shay's 250 has come a lot easier than Tim's 2.0. But it just seems like these guys, when one guy bowls 2.0, the other guy's got 240, 250 in them, right? And every once in a while they pop the 240, 250 apiece on their own. But they definitely made a big move in game one. They bowled 5-11. I talk about how great Shay's been throwing it, and he throws a Brooklyn. Sorry about that, Shay. Well, I guess I'll take the heat for that. Garrett, holly jolly Christmas over there on his birthday. Hopefully he gets to open a present tonight. It's the best time of the year. Let's do something super random. You guys want to do something super random? If Christmas was next month, tell me what is the one thing you'd love to have for Christmas. What would you like to have? Partridge in a pear tree? I don't even know what that makes. What is that about? Partridge in a pear tree. We need an updated 12 Days of Christmas song. It's like 2025 version. Like a cell phone in a pear tree, something like that. Rick missed a makeable there in the 10th. He's a little frustrated about it. I would be too. No doubles that game and was just grinding through a spare game. Misses one in the 10th for 181. That's a hard fought game. Yuri wants his daughter to come back to town. Landon wants a new golf set. Dennis wants a tie-dyed bowling ball. I want 15 acres of land in St. Louis. In case any of you guys want to get me something. Dana says, I want my health back so I can go back to bowling. I feel you there, Dana. Sorry you're dealing with what you're dealing with. All right, Gus is coming off the top rope. Gus is telling us who's going to hit home runs today. Corbin Carroll. I'm writing these down. Corbin Carroll is going to hit a home run today for the D-backs. Schwarber is going to hit one today. Shane Langoliers. Langoliers is going to get one, huh? For Oakland? All right. And Grisham from the Yankees. All right. All right, Gus. Love it. Love it. Hey, thanks, Martin. Appreciate you. All right, I'm taking the scores off the screen again here, everybody. Hopefully everybody got what they needed. You got what I need. You say he's just a friend. Doo-doo-doo. Farrow and Zach, Keegan and Nick. I'm not sure who else is coming in yet. Have it for you here in just a moment. I'll be right back. All right, Gus gave us his home run winners of the day. So I'm going to pick one. I'm going to add one to it. Today's MLB weather. Let's see what's going on with the weather today. Let's see. Winds a bit left to right in Atlanta. Winds in from right center in Detroit. 10 miles an hour. Let's see. Winds blowing out in San Francisco, but that doesn't really matter there. Might be some rain in St. Louis tonight in the Cubs game. All right. Let me go look at the lineups for today. Gus, I'm going to give you my home run hitter of the day. Bobby Witt is not playing today. Interesting. Adley Rushman's been raking lately. I understand your Grisham play now. Kind of like Olsen today. I like the Corbin Carroll play a lot today, Gus. All right, Gus. If I had to give you my home run hitters today, Jackson Holliday, Gunnar Henderson, Matt Olson, and Jose Ramirez. I can only pick one. I would pick Gunnar Henderson for a home run today. My second pick would be Matt Olson. So that's my home run hitters for today there, Gus. Michael and Dimitri, Bryce and Trey here. So we have for you over here on lanes 27 through 30. And then Boog Kroll, Cam Crow, Austin Grammer, Tyler Gromlovitz, Robarge and Miller, Jared Thompson, and A.J. Rice. We'll have our Game 2 update here in just a moment, everybody. Things are cruising right along. Top prize is $10,000 in this event. Also looking forward to being at Mike Fagan's event next week. We will be in New Mexico for the New Mexico Open next week. Coverage will start on Thursday. We'll have coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for you right here on Inside Bowling. Also, shout out to Emil Williams Jr., who'll be streaming the 11thframe.com Open on Bullstream TV. I encourage you to check out both streams next weekend on the interwebs. Make sure you clear out some time for both of those. Boog Kroll, full 4-pin there on the Black Widow Ghost, it looks like. All right. I think I got standings. I sure do. This is great. This should work, guys. Standings after 2. No. Oh, you know what? It's not their fault. That's my fault. Check this out. I'm gonna fix this right now. see if I can fix this. Screen capture. Right there. Window. Configure. Excel. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm a little off on the... cropping. I don't know why this one cropped differently. Okay. So as you can see, Barrett Bittenbender in the lead now, 597. Kennedy and Cryer now in second at 583. Farrell Williams and Zach Wilkins at 579. Kroll and Crow at 551. Oliver and Hendricksmeyer at 547. Prather and Biondo at 500. Robarge and Miller at 487. 8th is Jolly and Sachs at 463. I'm going to jump down to 16th, where Bate and Mossbarger at 374. 17th is Britton and Harper at 364. Then you've got Justice and Henninger at 363. Alexander and Crummell at 350. And Burns and Baumgartner at 339. So we're cutting to the top 16, everybody. That's the key. 1 through 4 get 2 rounds of buys. 5 through 8 get 1 round of buys. And 9 through 16 will be competing in the first round. Coming up here on Inside Bowling, we'll have it for you. Wow, 7-9 from Robarge. It's an uncharacteristic way to leave it, too. Gus, just for you, I'm going to put this in right now. Okay? I'm going to do something special in this Athletic Baltimore game. I'm going to go home runs at least. I'm going to take your Langoliers play, and I'm going to put it with Gunner and Jackson Holiday. $15 pays $1,260. All 3 of those guys hit bombs. Langoliers, Henderson, and Holiday. How about that? 83 to 1. All right, I'm in for that one. And then I'm also going to do the same thing, but instead of Holiday, I'm going to do Rushman. Okay. No problem. Had 1 score off. Imhoff and Petrin actually had 458. So Langoliers, Henderson, and Rushman, another 3-teamer in the same game. There we go. Perfect. Let me go find the Corbin Carroll. I do love that one. We're going to get after this, Gus. Corbin Carroll, home runs. Here we go. Plus 225, huh? Let's go find Schwarber. Must be in an interleague game. Yep, there we go, right there. Texas. Home runs, at least one. Schwarber. There we go. All right, Gus, I'm in on all these. Let's go get it, buddy. Home runs. Can the bald eagle take it to the house? That's the question. I think he can. Oh. Yikes. Let's take a look at this again. Brad wanted this so bad. Whee! Oh, blower 5 for Boog. What the heck was that? Watch this. Looks like, come on. How does that not fall? A.J. Rice, Jared Thompson. A.J. Rice won with Michael Hallman at the Holiday Doubles last year. Looking to get another W here on Inside Bowling today. 37-8 was a tough pair yesterday, and Brad's not having any problems being right-handed here. Brad and the lefties here is what he's got going on. He's got the pair all to himself. Hey, excuse me, Brad Miller, what's it like to be bowling with all lefties right now and you have nobody getting in your way? Well, it's pretty good, Mike. Appreciate that. Sherman's in the house, too. He is filming and vlogging. So stay tuned to the Brad and Kyle channel for their vlog of this event. Should be pretty good. I saw him talking to Prather yesterday. See Farrell with a strike. After Brad throws this shot, we'll check in on our scores on the other pairs. Keegan Alexander can bowl 205. Nick Crummell, 246. Farrell can get to 227. Zach Wilkins, front 8. Michael Holloman working on 290. Dimitri Cruz, no doubles, but he's clean through 6. Bryce Oliver, strike, a couple of spares, and a triple. Trey Hendrickmeyer started with the front 4, 9 spare strike. Pretty good scores over here. Let's see if Wilkins can keep it going. He does. Remember, Zach averaged 258 yesterday for his 7 games. Pretty impressive. You can also go over to live scoring provided by our friends at Lane Talk at lanetalkstats.com. Type in Enterprise Park Lanes and you can find the scores. I'm looking to see if anybody else has bowled any massive games. Kevin Williams can max at 216. Ryan Barnes at 237. Let's see what else we have. Rick Justice can bowl 268. He's heading into the 9th frame. Brandon Cryer can bowl 279 through 7. Farrell hasn't bowled bad at this event, but he certainly has picked a horse here. Man, Zach Wilkins bowling lights out. Thank you. Coming to the end of game 3, 2 to play after this one. So Zach and Farrell were in 3rd at 579. They were 18 out of the lead. Behind Tim and Shea. Just an update on Tim and Shea. They're on 31 and 32. 202 the max for Tim. He's got a double going into the 10th frame. Shea can strike out at 245. Keegan. Looking good out there. Bug Kroll's frying out about his 4-pin over here on lane 36, by the way. Best he can bowl is 186. Cam Crow can bowl 247 down there. Good shot by Crummel. Crummel's been steady. Another good one by Nick. Zach Wilkins up on lane 27, looking for the front 10. He's got it. I want to welcome in all 676 viewers here this morning. If you're not subscribed to our channel, we certainly would appreciate you doing so. It also allows you to chat in our chat room. Also, if you want to support what we do here, you can check out InsideBowling.com. You can save 15% off of all of our apparel over at coupon code YouTube. YouTube will save you 15%. That's year-round. Zach Wilkins looking for 11 in a row. He's got it. Also, we do a deal of the week every single week here this week because it's one of the tournament sponsors here. Track T-shirts, $15 now through Wednesday over at InsideBowling.com. Make sure you check that out. Holloman says, hey, we're the defending champs. I'm comfortable. I got my hoodie on, got my hat on, and I got an 8-bagger. So Farrow and Wilkins today, 465, 422, and they're about to go 15. What will the number be? Will it be 16 as Zach is looking to close it out with 3 bills? 12 in a row. Is it possible? Is it going to happen? No, it is not. 299. Try a little harder, Zach, next time. Come on. You won't. You won't. Take a look at that one more time. Might have been a little late with that replay. I'll tell the guys in the truck they need to do better. Hallman looking to close out the 290 here, though. Take a look next door here. Let's just take a look at these final scores. A.J. Rice had 254. Jared Thompson 213 with the open and a 10th. Robarge had 214. Brad finishes with 258. Bromlovitz can get to 193. Grammer can get to 220, or Bold 222. 247 for Crow. 186 for Boog. Go back over here. There you have it for game number 3. Folks, I'm going to step away for a second. I'm going to let you enjoy the end of game 3. I'll be back to swap out the game of 4 graphic. And we'll have everything for you right here on Inside Bowling. Glad you're with us this morning. Looking forward to the bracket match play coming up this afternoon. We got some great teams here left in this one. It should be one for the ages. Really looking forward to it. So Hallman finishes with 290. Dimitri can still get to 198 here. It's nice when your partner kind of bails you out. Dimitri's bowled a clean game here. He's been working hard out there. Get ready to roll into game number 4. Nice cover for Dimitri. Grinding. Into game 4, we've got Tim and Shay, Kevin Williams, Ryan Barnes. I'll tell you what, guys, it's chilly in here today. It is definitely chilly. I don't normally get really cold in the bowling center, but today it's definitely cold. It is cold today. Bowlers are loving it, though. Enterprise Park Lanes, you don't got to worry about the approaches being tacky. You don't got to worry about it being hot and humid in here. It's nice and cool. I'll have standings for you here shortly. Kind of liking the way we got our standings coming out now. I need to go and look and see what time our stream is scheduled for today. Let me see. $11:30. I'm pushing it back to noon. What's up, Franco? Nice to have you here with us from Atlanta. I believe Wilkins and Farrow went to the lead. I'll confirm that here in just a little bit. Shay and Tim here were in the lead. Seek Bait, Mike Mossbarger, Garrett Jolly, Drew Sachs here as well. Tim didn't love that, but it was a light hit. He's got to take it. Good shot by Ryan. There we got Prather, Biondo, Dylan Burns, Trevor Baumgartner, Josh Kennedy, Brian Cryer, Josh Imhoff, and CJ Petrin. Burns with 3 in a row now. Again, Lane Talk's your best friend. If you want to see how individuals are bowling, you can head over to lanetalkstats.com, bring up Enterprise Park Lanes, and you can take a look and see how everybody's doing frame by frame. Kevin Williams, Ryan Barnes, team 8-bagger right now. See how long they can keep this going. Maybe they could throw us with a little 6 bills here. Here are our scores after 3 games. As we suspected, Farrow and Zach are in the lead now again at 694 after bowling 515. Barrett and Bittenbender in second at 647. Third is Kennedy and Cryer at 629. Fourth is Oliver and Hendricksmeyer at 615. Kroll and Crow are fifth at plus 583. Jolly and Sachs at 562 and sixth. Robarge and Miller in seventh at 559. Eighth is Holloman and Cruz at 544. Remember, 1 through 4 will get 2 rounds of buys. 5 through 8 will get 1 round of buys. Prather and Biondo now find themselves in ninth, followed by Thompson and Rice, Grammer and Gromlovitz, Kevin Williams, and Ryan Barnes. We've got Imhoff and Petrin 13th, Powers and Brundage 14th, Britton and Harper 15th, Walsh and Lepke is now 16th at plus 403. Just 2 pins back is Alexander and Crummel. Back at 385 is Justice and Henninger. Then there's a bit of separation between Burns and Baumgartner and Bate and Mossbarger, who are quite a bit back, but can still bowl a couple games here to get in there. Still have an opportunity to make it into the top 16. We got 20 teams competing right now. The top 16 make it into the single elimination best 2 out of 3 matches bracket. We'll have that for you coming up. Have that for you about noon. Got you, Gus. Pins are still falling for Kevin Williams. Drew Sachs looking for 8 in a row. Shea's getting his ball to float through the front and the mid lane better than just about everybody that's right-handed. take a peek over here. Prather Biondo, Dylan Burns, Trevor Baumgartner, Josh Kennedy, Brandon Cryer, Josh Heimhoff, CJ Petrin. Prather and Biondo are now down to 9th. Burns and Baumgartner are currently in 19th at 326. Right now 16th is at 403, so they need a lot of score with 2 to go. Kennedy and Cryer are currently in 3rd at plus 629. Imhoff and Petrin currently in 13th at plus 442. Shot from Prather. Come back over here. We'll see if Drew Sachs can have the front 9. Mossbarger has 7-bagger. Zeke Bates 710. Not a good place for that for him at all. Their team currently right now is in last out of these 20 teams at 313. Zeke could have gave him something this game. They'd be knocking on the door here. Got a lot of new viewers. If you're just tuning in, we welcome you into our Inside Bowling broadcast. A lot of people want to know what type of condition the players are bowling on. I'm going to pop that up real quick for you here. It's just really flat in the middle, 43 feet in length, 30 milliliters of oil, nothing fancy. And then on the outside part of the lane, there's not a ton of oil. There's only 2 2-2s on the whole pattern. But you can't really play in that outside dry area and use a little. You'd think a little bit of shim and a little bit of hook to the right because it's just really not there. It just wants to hook immediately. So players are forced to move in. At least the right-handers are. Ryan's sending some messengers today. Zeke bait and frame. Just a bad break. See you, Gus. Thanks for being here. What up, B&B? Kevin Williams and Ryan Barnes find themselves down in 12th position right now. They bowled 447, 385, and 451 to start the day. They can still both bowl 246 this game, give them a little 492. Tim and Shay just kind of grinding away here. If Tim could figure out a way to bowl 210, that'd be awesome for him. Like, I mean, this has been a real grind game. Last game was a grind game for him. Not able to string a ton of strikes. If he could finish with a 5-bagger here, with a 237 from Shea potentially. You know, they went to the lead the game before last, but then Farrell Williams and Zach Wilkins bowled 515 and went back to the lead. These guys are steady as ever. That was a really professional shot by Tim right there. Again, Garrett Jolly, happy birthday again. I'm just going to keep saying it over and over again. Today's his birthday. And Drew Sachs is about to give him a birthday present. How about a ton of score here? These guys are in 6th right now. They bowled 447, 430, and 499 to start their day, and they're looking to follow it up with a big one here as well. Garrett not having the best of games, can only bowl 193, but when your partner's looking to possibly bowl 3 bills, that really does help on the category on the stat sheet. You got to help each other out in a doubles tournament. That's what happens. Our man Zeke easy. he's like, oh, okay, all right. Well, I wish I'd have thrown more of those that game. Started with the front 4 and finishes with 194. That's never a good feeling. You go to a new pair, you double on both lanes, you're feeling really good, and then at the end of the game, you look at the score, you got to write it down on the sheet, and it starts with a 1. That sucks. That is not fun. Tim, second shot in the 10th. Let's see here. Oh, you almost got that 2 to collapse into the 4. Another 2-0 for Tim. Just searching. Doesn't love his ball reaction, but he's a great spare shooter. And is able to find a way to grab a double here or there to keep his team in it. Kevin, what was that? Mossbarger. Didn't know much about him coming into this event, but he's bowled really good. Drew Sachs looking for 10 in a row. Leaves the 2-4, comes in a little high. Still a nice game for Drew. Kevin gets 3 out of 4. Shea looking to finish out with 237. Ryan Barnes looking to finish out with 246. Real quick. Looks like Prather can get to 213. Biondo 248. Dylan Burns 234. 235 for Baumgartner. Kennedy can bowl 197. 259 for Cryer. Imhoff 201 and 268 for Petrin. That is not good in the 10th frame by Josh Imhoff. Missing a single pin. They're 13th right now at 442. It's tight down there. You can't be missing those. Drew Sachs misses it completely for 284. 264, excuse me. 264. Ryan Barnes gets the first one in the 10th. Shea had the first one in the 10th that you saw on the bottom right side of your screen. Game 5 coming up on tap. Up next. Game 5 of 5, Cashers round. Bittenbender, 10th frame. Second shot. Crossing about 23, 24 at the arrows, maybe even deeper than that. Well, if he'd have crossed 23 or 24, he'd have probably struck. Or at least hit the pocket. Shea and Tim, one of the reasons why they're so good, no missed makeables. No missed makeables. Barnesy here is going to finish with a game in the 240s. Let's see what he does here on his fill. Again, they were in 12th coming in. This game will move them up. Maybe to about 9th. Okay. Here's Brandon. Speaking of Brandon, shout out to Brandon Bone. Birthday was yesterday. I saw that all over Facebook. You got Brandon Cryer up on the screen looking to bowl 259. It's just raining Brandons these days. Baumgartner cannot roll that 6-pin. Going to be 215. Burns and Baumgartner 19th at 326. Remember, 16th is 403. 70, what was that, 77 back? Yeah, they're 77 back. Prather and Biondo currently ninth at 517. 544 is eighth. They add 458 to their score. We'll go ahead and head over here. Game 5 getting ready to get started. We'll have Colin Walsh, Ryan Lepke, Farrell Williams, Zach Wilkins, and 2 other great teams coming in here. I'm going to step away for a minute. I'll be back to bring you game number 5 right here from the Greater Ozarks Bowling Doubles Shootout. All right, everybody, here we are. Game number 5. Of course, you've been watching it play out underway here. I've got the standings up after 4, and here they are. Farrell Williams and Zach Wilkins still in the lead at plus 792. They got a pretty good lead. They're going to end up getting a couple of buys coming up in the bracket. 1 through 4 get 2 rounds of buys. But then it's pretty bunched up here. We got 4 teams for 3 double bye positions here. It's Kennedy and Cryer in second at 684. Barrett and Bittenbender in third at 682. Oliver and Henriksmeyer at 679. Kroll and Crow at 663. Then down in 6, Jolly and Sachs at 619. Then we got Holloman and Cruz in 7th at 593. 8th is Robarge and Miller at 578. Remember, you get buys. You get 1 round of buys from 5th through 8th. Very close is Prather and Biondo at 575. A little bit of gap to Williams and Barnes at 539. Grammer and Kromlovitz at 517 is 11th. 12th is Britton and Harper at 490. And then next at 485 is Thompson and Rice. And 14th is Imhoff and Petrin at 479. You got Powers and Brundage at 465. Then Alexander and Crummel now at the 16th position at 448. Walsh and Lepke is just 1 pin behind. Justice and Henninger a bit further back. Burns, Baumgartner also, and Bate, Mossbarger. So, best thing to do for me and for you is to work our way up from the bottom and take a look and see exactly how everyone is doing. So we start down with Bate and Mossbarger, and they would need a monster game, right? They would need a monster game to make up 80 pins, and they can max at 233 and 279. So the best they can do is 502 or 512. Excuse me. They can bowl 512. Yeah, they can bowl 512 still. So still an outside chance. And then we've got Baumgartner. And Burns, who are actually over on 31 and 32. And they've got 238 and 279 left for themselves. So they've got 517 left. So it's still big games left out there on the board halfway through. Then we got Justice and Henninger. And we're looking at Justice and Henninger. Can still bowl a big game as well. They can still bowl 279 and 248. So that would put them at 527. So all 3 of the bottom teams all have 500s left. 512, 517, 527. So Walsh and Lepke are the first ones in. We got them up on our screen here on 35. They're trying to protect a 66 pin lead over those other 3 teams I just mentioned. But they are 1 pin back of Alexander and Crummel. And Alexander and Crummel find themselves max at 440. They can max at 440. Then we got Powers and Brundage. Still bowl a bunch, a pair of 278s. They're in 15th. Imhoff and Petrin. Still bowl 480. That should be okay. Thompson and Rice. Just looking to see if there's any really low scores. Thompson and Rice can still bowl 480. Britton and Harper. Still bowl 500. So yeah, it really kind of boils down to Walsh and Lepke here. And then these chasing teams, can they make up 60 pins? These guys would need to bowl around 460 to 470 to be safe. Best they can do now is 198 233, so they could definitely be passed by Justice Henninger, Burns, Baumgartner, and Bate Mossbarger. Rick with another strike there. I'm going to invert the streams for a second, check some scores over on our other pairs. We will come back over here. Doug Kroll, Cam Crow, Jason Britton, Matt Harper. Spencer Robars, Brad Miller, Ryan Powers, and Cameron Brundage. Powers and Brundage at 465. Right now the number's 448. Looks like they're protecting quite well. Henninger did strike. Boog with the strike. We'll head back over here. Keep an eye on things. Bate and Mossberger over here on 33 and 34. Their score is not nearly as high as Zeke opened, so I'm going to scratch Bate and Mossberger. Baumgartner on 32. $238. $259 left. Rick Justice, Mark Henninger, 248 and 257. That I would give them 505. That put them 105 over. Would take them to plus 486. Walsh and Lepke are at 447 right now. They would need 440 this game, and they don't have that left. They have 209 and 200 left. Justice and Henninger are looking to get around them. But they would still also need to get around Alexander and Crummel. They're down on 19 and 20. Keegan can strike out for 202. Nick can strike out for 218. So that would only be 40 over. So yes, Justice and Henninger can get there. Big 10th frame coming up for Justice and Henninger to try to move on. Currently, they are in 18th. They're looking to get inside the top 16. They're looking to bump out Alexander and Crummel and go around Walsh and Lepke. Walsh and Lepke are not going to make it. Bate and Mossbarger are not going to make it. Burns and Baumgartner still have an outside shot, but that's if Rick Justice and Mark Henninger don't finish strong here. Big shot, Rick Justice, 10th frame. Yes, sir. That's going to put him into the 230s. Again, Alexander and Crummel 16th right now, plus 448. Best they can do is get to 468. Justice and Henninger at plus 381. Possible 248 and 257 would give them 505. Big shot here. Second shot in the 10th for Rick Justice. Big one right here. Here we go. Oh, Rick air-mailed it. Air-mailed it. That was just not good. This has been a tricky pair, too, this weekend. Wilkins. He's gonna be tough to beat. Here we go. Rick Justice finishes with 234. Henninger can still bowl 257. That would give them 91, which would take them to 472. 472. Remember, Alexander and Crumble were at 448. Nick Crummell has doubled in the 10th. It really comes down to Mark right here. He needs a double to make it. Gets the first one. I'm going to get you a final score for Crummell and Alexander. Okay, Nick struck out. Both Keegan and Nick struck out in the 10th frame. That's very strong. So they are done at plus 468. 468 and done. Henninger, if he strikes out, they get to 472. He's got to have this hit right here to go around him. Nope. Missed it. So they cannot get around Alexander and Crummell. Now, Burns and Baumgartner, I also need to keep an eye on them. Burns bowled 225. Baumgartner can bowl 259. So that's 84. So 84 to 65 is not enough. They can't get there. So yeah, Mark finishes with 245, so that's 79 to their total. So 79 to that is, they finished at plus 460, 460, and Alexander and Crummell 468. Walsh and Lepke cannot improve. They can go 9 over, which would put them at just going 9 over puts them at 456. That's not enough. I need to check Powers and Brundage, make sure we're good there. Yeah, 240, 230 left for those guys. They're good. Petrin and Imhoff. Yeah, they both 220 and 220. Thompson and Rice. Just gonna make sure nobody bowled 360. No, they bowled 440. Yeah, so there you go. No change. There'll be change in who gets the buys in that, but our top 16 are set. We got our top 16. We'll go over here. Now we did have, let's see if I can get some final scores here. So Boog Kroll and Cam Crow, this is massive for them. They were in 5th. They're looking for 2 buys. Let's see what Oliver and Hendricksmeyer did. Looks like they're complete already. Refresh. Oliver and Hendricksmeyer. I mean, Cam and Boog, I got to imagine, are going to get into the top 4 for double buys here. Wilkins and Farrow are definitely going to get, they're definitely in the double buy range. Oliver and Hendricksmeyer bowled 443. What did Bittenbender do? Shea and Tim finished 10 over. They bowled 410. So they're going to get passed by Oliver and Hendricksmeyer. Kennedy and Cryer bowled a lot. They bowled 496. 496. So then Cameron Crowe and Boog Kroll here with this big game are going to jump into the top 4. Barrett and Bittenbender are going to jump outside of the top 4 now. They're going to go down to 5th. They only bowled 410. Oliver and Hendricksmeyer had 443. Let me bring this up on the screen for you, give you a little more idea of what we got going on here. So your bottom 4 teams could not get there. Alexander and Crummell protect by bowling 420. Yep. Pretty much set here. Pretty much set. I don't have the 5th through 8th worked out, except I do know that Shay and Tim are going to be in the 5th through 8th range. I can try to look and see what Prather and Biondo bowled here. Biondo and Prather bowled 454. Let's see what Robarge and Miller had. Prather and Biondo are going to go around Miller. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Wait a minute. I outspoke. 215. 53 for those guys. Yeah, no, they're going to protect. Let's see if Holloman and Cruz did. Yeah, I don't quite have those other ones worked out, but Robarge and Miller are okay. All right, everybody. That's going to do it. Stay tuned to the Facebook page if you'd like to see how things are going. What's up, Chris?
None. I know you got numbers, so
I've got some. What are you looking for?
I was looking to see what we got to. We had 450 the last game.
Yeah, and Robarge and Miller had just a little bit more than you guys.
Oh, okay.
They had they had 452.
Oh, they're going to get us by 1.
By 1 pin. Yeah. So that's going to do it for right now. I'll be back in 45 minutes with the bracket rounds. It's going to be really exciting. It's really fun. I invite you guys to stick around and be here with me for continued coverage here from the 2025 Greater Ozarks Doubles Shootout. I want to thank our sponsors once again. I want to thank Smith Auto Transport, our title sponsor. If you're looking to transport a vehicle, check out Smith Auto Transport. Also, coring and cutting of Springfield, concrete work here in Springfield. Check them out. Columbia 300 Track Bowling, Classic Yard, and Enterprise Park Lanes, and of course, home of the Greater Ozarks Bowling Tournament. See you in 45 minutes right here for the bracket finals. Should be a fun afternoon. Can't wait to see you right here on Inside Bowling. You've been watching the Greater Ozarks Double Shootout 2025 edition here on YouTube Inside Bowling channel. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. We'll see you in a little bit, everybody.